Morning.
What's our time?
You're 1 minute under the last time you were out here.
Okay.
Are you a running club or high school?
No, I'm not with the trail at all.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I've got a weird hobby where I talk to strangers for 5
Okay.
minutes. Yeah. It's kind of unusual. It's tough with more than one person, honestly.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever talked to a family at one point. That's interesting. Yeah, so what I do is I set a timer for 5 minutes. We pick a belief that you formed in your mind that you're absolutely sure is true. So like you think karma's real, or you think that you've seen a ghost, or you pray to a god, or you think GMOs are harmful, or your views on global warming.
Yeah.
And I ask questions. I ask Socratic questions.
Okay.
And I ask, like, what do you believe? Why do you think it's true? And how can you be so sure that it's true?
Okay, I'm ready.
You want to do an interview?
I'm ready.
Oh, beautiful. Cool. Right. Are you okay if I record it?
Sure.
Okay, wonderful. Let me set my timer.
Okay, I don't know if I have a full 5 minutes. Can I do it in one?
Maybe.
We have to get the voice somewhere.
Yeah, actually, I got cold water right there. Do you want to help
Well, it's
yourself?
not bad. They have to be
Moms.
at 9, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Starbucks still.
Yeah, let's do a quick fiver, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, a oneer.
Yeah.
I guess a oneer.
I'm ready. I got this.
Okay. What is the belief that tends to inform you the most and you actually think is true?
Jesus' resurrection.
Okay. Do you have a good explanation of why you think that that's true?
Because he's alive and living in me, and I know that for a fact.
Okay.
Because I've been transformed by his power.
Okay. How did you determine that this God is actually living inside of you and you've been transformed by its power?
How did I determine it, or how did I see the evidence of it?
That's a good question. I guess I'm fine either way.
So I experienced life without Jesus and life with Jesus, so therefore I knew I could tell the difference.
Okay.
And it's like, how do I know oxygen is real? It's because I breathe it to live. The same thing.
Okay. So if I understand correctly, the way that you can say that you know that Jesus is real is because you've experienced life without him
And life with him.
and now with him. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a minute.
Oh, awesome.
All right. Thank you very much. Can I give you a card?
Sure.
Okay. It's got my email on it.
What's it for?
I'm doing something called street epistemology, where it's sort of a Socratic dialogue with people to see how they can be so sure that their beliefs are true. 1 minute is a little tough to make much progress,
Okay.
but usually 5 minutes is enough to kind of help a person take a moment to think about why that belief is in their mind.
Right, and if it's solid.
Right. Is the
Yeah.
foundation that you're building that belief on,
Right.
is it solid enough to actually support the belief?
Well, that's why Jesus said, anyone who builds his house on the rock will stand, but if you build it on sand, it'll sink. So, you know,
Okay.
Matthew
Well,
chapter
good.
7.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Seriously. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Epistemology is interesting, just the how you know things.
That's right.
You
It's
know?
it's the study of how you come to know the things that you
Yeah,
claim to
yeah.
know.
And part of, a seminary theology degree, you have to understand epistemology. It's like, theology is the study of God, but
Very
then
nice.
in
Said.
studying God, it's,
Very nice part.
it's the how do we know that he exists?
Exactly.
How do we know he's real?
Right.
And that's epistemology. And,
Right.
we can only know God because he reveals himself. And he reveals himself through nature and creation, but he also reveals himself through the word, the written word, and Jesus is the word. So,
You know what's interesting is that I tend to meet a lot of people who believe in a lot of different gods, and they would say that they've experienced Allah or Vishnu, and they're absolutely sure that it's true. Do you think going off of a feeling and comparing how your life was like before believing in a god and then after believing in a god, do you think that that's the best way to come to know it?
no, but I had 1 minute.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I won't take up any more of your time.
No, I'm just saying, I could go to the historical and prophetic evidence that the scripture is real and it proves who Jesus is and all of that, but I didn't have 5 minutes to explain that,
Sure.
And that the rock upon which I stand of his truth that assures me that this is not just an emotion, this is truth, is based on something that's substantial. When other books
gotcha.
of faith are not, and they're made of, man's opinions or things like that. So,
Well, I'd love to keep chatting with you more, but I understand you got your family
Yeah,
here,
sorry.
so maybe some other time.
Thank you.
May I get your first name?
Oh, I'm Marianne. Sorry.
Marianne.
Yeah.
Marianne.
Marianne. Yeah.
Marianne. Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers, thank you.
See ya. Unusual that she wanted to be interviewed and recorded with her kids standing by, so I'm gonna have to add a blur to their faces. I really don't like getting kids in my videos. She couldn't wait to testify about her belief, even tripping over her words to get it out. And the way that she was staring at me when she made her claim, honestly, made me feel a little uneasy. For someone with a possibly seminary theology background, I was a little surprised that she would offer personal experience as her first reason for believing in a resurrected God. Oh, and did you notice when she asked me a clarifying question, I tried to model thoughtfulness and respect with my response? She started off as a close talker and she was rather tall, so I think the camera angle on this one might be a little funky at first. Now, I'll have to watch this again, but I think she held a confident superwoman's pose, you know, like with her hands on her hips, but then draped one of her arms across her abdomen and grabbed her other arm. Clearly, there wasn't enough time to probe her foundation of rock and examine her supposedly better justifications for believing in a God. Even though she said that she only had a minute, she turned around to engage with me some more, maybe because she felt like she didn't give a good justification at first, I'm not sure. The best thing about this talk in my mind was that in addition to her listening to these questions, her husband and sons were also standing by listening to them.